Today we are going to learn motion in a straight line. Straight line motion is also called rectilinear motion. So first topic we will see is the position. So what is position? To define position of a particle or a point, we will take a frame, two-dimensional frame with x-axis horizontal and y-axis vertical. To define a position relative to this frame of reference, let's say the point is anywhere here. So what it is position relative to x-axis and the y-axis? So we draw perpendicular from here to on the x-axis and a perpendicular to on the y-axis. Let this point be called P, and if the position on x-axis is x1 and on y-axis is y1, we say that the point P is having the coordinates of x1, y1. Now suppose there is another point here, P2. Similarly, if its coordinate on x-axis is x2 and on y-axis is y2, comma. So we say that position of the point is P2, x2, y2. Position is always defined as relative to a frame of reference. Here this is the y-axis and the x-axis. This is two-dimensional frame and the point is also on the same plane, P1 and P2. So that's it. Now the second topic we are going to learn is the path length. In defining the path length, at time, let's take a position P1. Now fly or a mosquito is flying from point P1 in this path and goes to point P2. So when the mosquito had started flying from P1, the time was t equal to 0 or T1 equal to T1, and when it reaches at point P2, time is T2. So what is the path length? The whole path of the mosquito covered is the path length. All of the path is path length, not just. So in path length, not just the initial and final points are important, but also the whole path threaded is the path length. Meanwhile, when defining displacement, only initial and final points are important. So the whole path covered is not at all important. Meanwhile, considering the displacement, only point P2 and P1 is important. So the displacement equals to coordinates of point P2, that is the final point, minus coordinate of P1, that is the initial point. So this is the displacement. Displacement is always, the magnitude of displacement is always less than or equal to the whole path length. Displacement is always in a straight line connecting the initial and the final points